Everything they tell people, they play it down. The government plays it down. The BGS plays it down.
Who's the BGS?
The British Geological Survey.
Okay.
They play it down. And I attended one of Quadrilla's meetings recently, and they were talking to a young lady who knew very little about fracking, but she was asking some very, very good questions. One of the questions she asked was, tell me about the water. I've heard that you use an awful lot of water. And Leon Jennings, I think he's their health and safety director, said, oh, I can explain that to you. He said, we use 800 cubic meters of water per frac. And she said, that doesn't sound like a lot. He said, it's not, is it? Well, I'd overheard this, so I interrupted the conversation and said, excuse me, that's a lie. He said, no, it's not. We use 800 cubic meters per frac. She said, well, this young lady said, well, I don't want it in cubic meters. I need to have it in gallons because I understand gallons. And she asked him to convert it, and he said, I can't do that. And I said, well, I can, because I'm actually in the process of doing some research into the potential effects, the depletion effects that this can have on our local reservoirs. In the well that caused the seismic event, and this is information from Quadrilla's own website, they used 12,000 cubic meters of water. Well, a few days before that meeting, I had done the conversion myself, and that's 2,639,617 gallons, or thereabouts. So we're talking nearly 2.7 million gallons of lubricated water that they're pumping into the ground. They don't know whether there are faults there. They didn't know there was a fault in the field. What does that tell you about the way these people operate? These people are supposed to be geologically knowledgeable, and they pumped 2.7 million gallons of water that migrated into a fault, and it caused an earthquake. Over 1 million gallons of that water is still down there in that fault. So when's the next earthquake coming? Is it going to be a bigger one? The last one was the largest of the two that they caused before was 2.3 on the Richter scale. Is the next one going to be 4 on the Richter scale? Are they going to pump into another fault down here in Balcombe? They're drilling through limestone here. If they take the water out of the local aquifer here, limestone will compress if it hasn't got the water in it. So we're potentially looking at huge amounts of subsidence in this area, and we've already been told by a geologist that there is the potential for similar subsidence in our own area, most of which is reclaimed land.